Hey everybody, how are ya? This is Titanium Rhino, and this will be episode 3 of the Clockwork City. First playthrough with my Magic and Nightblade, first playthrough for me at all, really. And we left off last time with the Halls of Regulation, trying to clean up the water with the Lyre Tillel. I said we were going to go find Davith Fear this time, and continue on with the main story. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to die, get warped back to the beginning of this map so I don't have to worry about running all the way back. Bear with me here while I commit self-murder. Oh, really? So close. There we go. As with the previous videos, I will keep myself quiet during dialogue sequences. I won't let the NPCs talk the whole time because I'd like to keep the game moving along, but I will keep it on there long enough that if you want to pause it, read what they say, we can do that. And I will click through each of the dialogue options for the conversations. Same with reading lore books. I'm going to read what I can, skim through those, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the screens, just again, to keep the game moving along. So I mentioned last time that Magic and Nightblade, maybe it was my first video, Magic and Nightblade was my favorite character to play as. I want to know what you guys like. What's your builds? What are your characters that you enjoy playing as, the class types, what have you, weapons? I'm interested, I want to know. Also, what do you think is the best way to make money in this game? What's the fastest way, do you think? I realize now I probably could have just warped out of that dungeon instead of letting myself die and then warping. But oh well. Oh, those are cool. Wind turbines?
Arrived. Good.
Devate Fear, I warned you never to come back. And you, one of Fear's lackeys, I take it?
Luciana Pullo. Hospitable as ever? Go talk to her. I'll not waste my time speaking with
Holy nutballs. What happened to her face? I know, I just quoted Jack from Borderlands 2, one of my favorite characters. Love his dialogue.
Hold there, friend of Fear. I am Proctor Luciana Pullo of the Clockwork Apostles. I don't know how you and this egomaniac breached Lord Setzelith. Only just arrived and already trying to grease the gears? New arrivals must secure an endorsement from a citizen, and that's for you to find out. Not many citizens will risk their reputation on a green-heeled stranger.
Yeah, handsome Jack.
Tread carefully, Fear.
Favorite character of any game. As you might have guessed from my intro, I will quote him when I can, because he's fantastic.
Luciana clearly hasn't lost her charming demeanor. Predictable. Ah, yes. Their bizarre sponsorship custom. I forgot about that little wrinkle. As a friend, I'm not a citizen. And even if I were, I'd not waste time wading through their opaque bureaucracy. I appreciate your assistance in the pneumatic forge, but for now, our paths must diverge. The artifact we seek will not remain in one place for long. I can ill afford one of Sotha Seal's greater lackeys, Chief Proctor of the Clockwork Apostles. You might have noticed some Seal takes all kinds. Imperials, Bretons, even Argonians. According to the legend, she was caught in a torrent of arcane energy during a battle with a rival mage. It mangled her body and sent her hurtling through the veil. She eventually crashed here. Seal found her shortly thereafter and mended her wounds.
Well, that explains what happened to her face.
Indeed. At first, I thought she served him out of some cheap obligation. Reciprocity pays kindness. People like her rarely are. You see, I present a destabilizing influence. I reject... Yes, a monastic order of sorts. They serve Sotha Seal through... You mean, are they all half-metal monstrosities? More or less. One of Sotha Seal's great... Seal takes... According to... People like her rarely are. Seal has many names. Sotha Seal, Sect, Sea, the Clockwork God, on and on. Tiresome, if you ask me.
Alright. Go ahead and pick up this side quest.
Come, let's talk.
Naramo, you are everywhere.
Well, if it isn't my second favorite assistant. What a fortuitous turn of events. I shouldn't... Initially, I thought we could rely on my ample charms to win us a sponsor. Unfortunately, yes. A Clockwork Apostle named Varuni Arvel. Apparently, she's a member of the... This promises to be a fruitful collaboration. I tasked Kirith and Rhyno with acquiring gifts for Varuni. Seeing as you found your own way here, I suppose there's no harm in sharing my own methods. Fearing that the Tribunal might seal it again, I set off through the cavern as soon as I could. A pair of dark elf explorers. Like me, they delight in all things mechanical. Unfortunately, my illustrious bodyguard was away on personal business. Seeing as you found your own way here, fearing that the
Alright, now we're on a loop. Well, destroy dark anchors. Nope, that's the wrong quest. Would seem... That's my next step. Alright, so let's siphon power from hag corpses. Apparently that's a way to get out of here. So let's go ahead and get our sponsorship here. Kirith, hello again.
So that pompous high elf got his hooks in you too, huh? I told my brother Rhyno, depends on your definition of trouble, I guess. He's down in the ravine, playing with the firepot spiders for some... Like I said, he didn't want to discuss it. Probably whipped up an automata disrupting spoon twirler or something. He gets like... Thanks for the help. Rhyno's smart, but you can't smart a spider to death, you know? Well, Naramo said we needed something to offer this Varuni character, but from what I can tell, she doesn't really need anything. A home-cooked meal, Argonian pottery, or information. Since
Home-cooked meals are always good, but Argonian pottery sounds more entertaining.
Sergeant Baldan, this one has the gold you requested. Will you still sponsor me?
I gave you my word, didn't I? Come, Cat. We can discuss the specifics in my office.
1,000 blessings, Walker. Lankin has much to offer the Brass Fortress.
Yes, I'm sure you do.
Oh, gold is all it takes, huh? And yet I have to go find a sponsor. I wonder, is it going to be Moxie? Borderlands. Hey, buddy.
Hello again. So strange. I'm glad to see you, but I must admit, the statistics are staggering. What are the odds of us meeting here again in an extraplanar space? Rhetorical, of course. Kirith? So you've joined our band of outsiders. Welcome. Now look, these firepot spiders contain a highly unstable oil-like fluid. The dangers inherent to acquiring it, so you'll do it? Yes, of course.
Of course I'll do it,
If
because you can't do anything
attract the
for yourselves.
spider's attention, I can use this too.
Single-handedly ended Mulug Ball's fight. And helped 2 other kingdoms in their quests. Oh, okay. Guess we're gonna fight.
Expert done.
Only 3 more. Oh, here we go.
One more. I think we've got it. And that's the last of it. Excellent.
Excellent. Now what?
Brilliant. We really made short work of those spiders, didn't we? Here, you can carry the oil.
Really? You did none of the fighting, and now I also have to carry your oil.
Take the oil to Varun.
Typical.
Rhyno said she has an office in the Clockwork Basilica. Hopefully this will be enough to earn a sponsor.
I really hope you don't earn sponsorship. You did nothing. Alright. Basilica. Okay, back up top. Really considered getting one of those Clockwork Kagudi mounts. Just couldn't bring myself to do it. So cool looking though. Personally, I just have a hard time spending money on aesthetic upgrades to games. If it doesn't add gameplay content or value, then I have a hard time with it, to be honest. Maybe one day.
Again, thank you.
I have more expendable
Good
income
luck in
or
the Basilica.
less willpower, I guess. So I want to get to know you guys a little bit more. What are your top 3 favorite movies of all time and why? I think mine, a hard time with the third one, and in no particular order. I have to say Fight Club. Used to watch that on a loop. Just the dialogue in it is amazing. Love Chuck Palahniuk. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing his name. But yeah, the story in that movie, the dialogue is so fantastic. Also have to throw Big Lebowski up there. Again, I'm a very dialogue-driven movie fan, so those 2 for sure are on the list. The third one, I go back and forth. I love Clerks and Clerks 2. I'd have to say Clerks 2 would be on the list. Kevin Smith does dialogue better than just about any other writer I know. Just a huge fan of everything he does. And I think that spot switches the number 3 spot on my list would be Clerks 2 or Deadpool. Well, for a long time, Deadpool's been my favorite superhero, Marvel superhero, and yeah, the movie was it did not disappoint at all. Just a big fan. I have a hard time deciding if I'd like Clerks 2 or Deadpool to be that number 3 movie on my list. Where are we going? I'll turn in this oil for the Rhyno and Vanos, I think their names were. Since they can't do anything themselves.
My assistant arrives. You brought a gift for our sponsor, right?
Greeting, Auxiliary. Is your friend correct? Did you bring an offering? Fire Patois. Tremendous. And you managed to keep all 10 fingers. I'm impressed. A number of outsiders have gone missing in recent weeks. I fear someone might be abducting them, or worse. But I have tried to keep this inquiry quiet, all right? In the Clockwork City, even a small creak in the gears can draw curious. Provost Varuni Arvel, ranking Disquisitor in the Congress of Calibration. Bet. No, Lord Set's far too busy. He only recently emerged from... Of course. Lord Set, known to many as Sotha Seal. I do a lot of reading. It's all there in the sermons. Some people... Very little, which is more problematic than it sounds. We record what happens everywhere. Honestly, I don't know how you exodromals do without. You lose so... Exodromal. Sorry. I forget how strange our words sound to foreign ears. Anyone who enters the Clockwork City from the outside world is known as an exodrome. I know. But secrets are the purview of Lord Set, and Lord Set alone. I have nothing...
I got notifications. No. Dovafly. There. No more dog butt, like in the last video.
So, ready to do a bit of sleuthing? I'm confident that we can find this... Varuni suspects that someone destroyed city records. But if my study of Dwemer ruins has taught me anything, it's that sneaking into the depository is impossible for us. But Sotha Seal's clockwork automata... No, you are. I will provide technical assistance and keep an eye out for prime... If you have questions, you should ask them now. Once we begin our investigation, as Varuni said, everything here generates a record. From what I gather, those records constantly... When you say it like that, it does sound daunting. It's true. Yep. I equipped the Skivaton with a number of key words and concepts to help it sort out extraneous documents. Honestly, they're not all that dissimilar from the Dwemer devices I usually tinker with. We will employ a very simple control device. How to explain it? The Skivaton, as Varuni said, everything here generates a record. When you say it like that,
and we're in a loop, okay. I do that a lot, I'm sorry. Click through, forget which subjects I've clicked on, and end up going in a loop. Kind of just want to go exploring a little bit more. This whole place is just huge, and I want to go kill some things. Travel to... okay, takes us out of the city. What is this? More quests. It'll pick up some things for us to do next time, I think.
How dare you, Kermit? Your mother wanted a better future for you.
Because a factotum with delusions of grandeur told her fortune. Do you really believe that?
She believed it. Why can't you see?
See what?
Very colorful.
That following the predictions of a deluded machine got my mother killed? I'll prove the prognosticator is a fraud. See if I
That
don't.
display of emotion isn't indicative of the people of Slagtown. Kamid lost his mother in the last pilgrimage. Once every season, the most brave and desperate members of our community make the journey. An oracle of sorts. It's an unusual factotum with a penchant for the mystical and the dramatic. Thank you, my friend. My old bones aren't up to another adventure, but more or less. Something about abject poverty and a miserable existence. But a fortune of hope, of riches beyond my wildest dreams. It's spoken.
Just like every fortune teller ever.
Looking for a steady hand with a pickaxe.
Daily jobs.
Looking to help us tarnished in Slagtown? We have a mighty need for some supplies. You'll get payment, of course, but we're looking for a tough sort. You got a knack for mining? The ores in Clockwork have veins of something we call flashstone. It's thought to be worthless by most, but Duldrar Balan has developed a way to grind it into... Well, there's a bit more to it. You'll also need to gather the metal pellets used to help with the grinding process. We can only find... You get me those supplies, I get you a reward. Simple as that. Slagtown, home of the tarnished. The oil-covered slums of our gleaming city where the poor and forgotten try to hobble together. Even in this ever-gleaming city, there will always be those who are thought of as lesser. Can't sling a spell or work with gears? You're already coming up short. Various reasons. We're orphans, degenerates, castaways. Abandoned and disgraced. No respectable trade to call it. Came upon the position naturally. I look out for people. Always have. It's up to me to keep stock of what's supplied. Never much, truth be told. They'll deliver medicinal supplies sometimes, or increase our daily water allowance. Once or twice I even can... It's true our bellies never go empty, and I'm thankful for that, but... Slagtown can't live off of gruel. Maybe you haven't been here long, but I'm sure you noticed that Clockwork isn't the safest place in Tamriel. Well, depends on who you're asking. To me, most definitely. These supplies can drastically improve the quality of life.
Combatants needed for a perilous task. Please respond for more information.
More daily jobs.
By the word of Sith, I am bound. My functions allow me to offer rewards to those who wish to complete...
Sounds like a Vina from
Clockwork City.
the Nexus,
Tasks require
Mass
individuals
Effect,
of great fighting, reflecting,
or the Citadel.
A Daedric presence has been detected within the radius. Threats include several creatures from the location Evergloam. The
Evergloam.
Wraith of Crows
This is
can be
Nocturnal's
found in
area.
a portal to Evergloam, located in Exarch's Egress. Take precautions before entering, such as in... I am able to give you further information if needed. Further specification is needed. What about your current contract? Do you wish to learn more? The Wraith of Crows is comprised of several Daedric crow-like entities, which create a semi-humanoid figure. It possesses... Daedric threats are an anomaly within the Clockwork City. The Clockwork Apostles have been researching these incursions. Any data you make... The threat's point of origin appears to be Evergloam. All Daedra should be associated...
Alright, so rather than getting into another long quest here, I think I'm going to wrap it up for this video. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see me do daily quests, side quests, or just stick to the main story here. I'm really interested in seeing what happens with this DLC, though. Looks like we can get some more motifs going with our characters and get more of a Clockwork City themed outfit, I think. Looks like somebody's trying to sell opossum gloves right there as a point of interest. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what your favorite movies are and why. And I think I asked can't remember if it was last video or earlier in this video, what your favorite character play style is for Elder Scrolls Online. I know it's a couple years old, but I'm still curious. I'm still very into the game. You'll probably see me post some more videos of this, even after I get done with Clockwork City. So, let me know. In the meantime, enjoy gaming, and I'll see you later.